beneath the surface of crystal-clear lakes and along the rocky coastlines of Kanto. A creature glides through water with grace that defies its compact, armored form. Neither fully terrestrial nor completely aquatic, this species has mastered the art of existing between two worlds, commanding both with equal prowess. With a shell harder than steel and the ability to manipulate water as if it were an extension of its own body, this ancient lineage has survived epochs of change. Today, we dive into the world of Squirtle, the tiny turtle whose power over water has made it one of nature's most successful creatures. Welcome to PokeGeo. The evolutionary history of Squirtle traces back approximately 80 million years to the late Cretaceous period. Fossil evidence indicates that proto-Squirtle species were among the survivors of the mass extinction event 66 million years ago that eliminated the dinosaurs. The crucial evolutionary innovation emerged approximately 42 million years ago when mutations in specialized glandular tissues allowed certain turtle populations to store and expel water through muscular contractions, initially as a defensive mechanism. Over millions of years, this water manipulation ability evolved from simple expulsion into the precise hydrokinetic control observed today. The distinctive blue coloration emerged roughly 25 million years ago as both camouflage for aquatic environments and signaling for communication. Cave paintings in the Seafoam Islands, dated to 9,000 years ago, depict humans alongside turtle-like creatures with curled tails remarkably similar to modern Squirtle, suggesting early civilizations coexisted with and possibly domesticated these creatures for fishing and water management assistance. Squirtle demonstrates remarkable habitat versatility, occupying diverse aquatic environments throughout Kanto. Primary populations concentrate in freshwater systems including lakes, rivers, ponds, and marshlands, with highest densities in cerulean city waterways, Route 24 wetlands, and lake systems surrounding Pallet Town. These habitats provide optimal conditions: clean, oxygen-rich water with temperatures from 18 to 26 degrees Celsius, abundant aquatic vegetation, and accessible shorelines for basking and nesting. Unlike most freshwater turtles, Squirtle possesses remarkable salinity tolerance, thriving in brackish estuaries and coastal regions. The Vermillion Harbor colony, numbering approximately 400 individuals, represents the largest population in mixed salinity environments. Essential requirements include basking sites, like rocks, logs, or sandy beaches for thermoregulation. Territory size varies based on resources, with individuals in food-rich environments maintaining 0.3 to 0.5 hectares. During winter in temperate regions, populations migrate to deeper waters entering brumation, surviving 4 to 5 months underwater with minimal oxygen consumption. An adult Squirtle measures approximately 50 centimeters from head to tail tip and weighs between 9 and 10.5 kilograms. The shell, composed of approximately 60 individual bones covered by keratinous scutes, can withstand forces exceeding 500 kilograms per square centimeter. The dorsal carapace displays rich brown coloration with patterns unique to each individual, while the ventral plastron is cream to pale yellow. The limbs are powerfully muscled and webbed, achieving swimming speeds of 8 to 12 kilometers per hour in bursts. What truly sets Squirtle apart is the hydro-organ system, specialized muscular chambers in the throat and upper chest, storing up to 1.2 liters of water. Through rapid contractions, Squirtle expels this water with remarkable force, achieving jet velocities exceeding 30 meters per second. This serves defensive, offensive, and thermoregulatory functions. Respiratory adaptations allow submersion for 45 to 60 minutes during active swimming, and up to 8 hours while resting through efficient oxygen utilization and limited cutaneous respiration. Squirtle's lifespan averages 35 to 45 years in the wild, with captive individuals documented living beyond 70 years. Squirtle is predominantly diurnal, with peak activity during early morning between 6 and 9 o'clock and late afternoon between 3 and 6 o'clock. Daily routines begin with extended basking sessions lasting 1 to 3 hours, raising core temperature from 18 to 20 degrees to optimal 26 to 29 degrees Celsius. In resource-rich environments, Squirtle forms loose aggregations of 8 to 20 individuals sharing basking sites while maintaining 1 to 2 meter spacing. Dominance hierarchies exist but are fluid, established through body size and shell condition rather than aggression. Communication employs vocalizations from high-pitched chirps to low grunts, visual displays using tail positioning and head bobbing, and chemical signaling. Defensive behavior is highly developed. Initial response involves retreating into the shell, which seals almost completely. If threats persist, Squirtle employs water jets as warning shots, then targeted strikes at sensitive areas. Groups have been observed coordinating defensive attacks, creating barrages driving away large predators. Breeding begins in early spring when water reaches 20 degrees Celsius. Courtship involves males pursuing females with swimming demonstrations and gentle nipping, though females maintain mate choice. Nesting is exclusively female-conducted, with gravid females undertaking journeys up to 2 kilometers to suitable beaches, demonstrating remarkable spatial memory and navigation. Squirtle is an opportunistic carnivore and occasional omnivore. Primary diet consists of small fish like magikarp juveniles and minnows, aquatic invertebrates including crayfish and shrimp, and occasionally terrestrial prey encountered during overland movements. Adults require approximately 8 to 12% of body weight in food per week. For fish, Squirtle employs both pursuit and ambush tactics, using maneuverability in tight spaces. The water jet stuns or disorients fish from 2 to 3 meters, allowing capture of prey that might escape. Invertebrate prey is captured through direct approach, and powerful jaws crushing exoskeletons, with bite forces exceeding 150 newtons. Squirtle demonstrates rudimentary tool use, observed using rocks to crack hard-shelled prey. Juveniles consume proportionally more invertebrates and plant matter than adults, with diet shifting toward larger prey as size increases. Plant material includes algae and aquatic plants, providing vitamins and fiber. Feeding typically occurs underwater, where aquatic adaptations provide maximum advantage. Pre-brumation hyperphagia occurs in autumn, when individuals dramatically increase intake to build fat reserves. Squirtle demonstrates food caching behavior, storing prey in underwater crevices for later consumption, suggesting cognitive sophistication in foraging strategy. Squirtle occupies a critical intermediate position, functioning as predator, prey, competitor, and ecosystem engineer. As mesopredators, adults consume approximately 300 to 400 small fish and over 1,000 invertebrates annually, helping regulate prey populations and control invasive species. However, Squirtle serves as prey for larger predators, including evolved Gyarados, pike, avian predators like pharaoh, and terrestrial threats during nesting. Egg predation is severe, with 65 to 75% of nests destroyed before hatching. Competitive interactions occur with other turtle species, and psyduck populations competing for invertebrate prey, though resource partitioning through depth preference typically reduces conflict. Squirtle's role as ecosystem engineer is multifaceted. Burrowing creates microhabitat complexity benefiting small fish and invertebrates. Foraging activities disturb sediments, releasing nutrients into the water column. Waste products provide nitrogen and phosphorus fertilizing aquatic plant communities. Symbiotic relationships include algae colonizing shells, providing camouflage while gaining mobile substrate. The photosynthetic activity of Squirtle populations contributes measurably to local oxygen production, with a colony of 10 individuals generating approximately the same output as a medium-sized tree. The relationship between humans and Squirtle extends thousands of years, evolving into one of the most positive partnerships in the Pokémon world. Ancient civilizations revered Squirtle as bringers of fresh water, with artifacts depicting the species in ceremonial contexts. Modern relationships are remarkably diverse and predominantly positive. The species' friendly disposition, manageable size, and useful water abilities make Squirtle one of the most popular starter Pokémon, with selection rates of 32 to 35%. Unlike Charmander, abandonment rates are dramatically lower at only 8 to 12%. In functional partnerships, Squirtle serves crucial roles. Fire departments employ trained Squirtle squads for firefighting, with the famous Squirtle Squad of Vermillion City credited with preventing major industrial fires. Agricultural applications include irrigation assistance and pest control. Aquaculture facilities utilize Squirtle to maintain water quality. Research institutions study their water manipulation organs, inspiring biomimetic engineering for efficient pumping systems. Urban Squirtle populations coexist surprisingly well, inhabiting park ponds and decorative features. Tourism centered on wild populations generates substantial economic activity, with permit fees supporting conservation. Challenges include habitat degradation from pollution, particularly plastic waste and chemical runoff, accidental capture in fishing operations, and vehicle strikes during nesting migrations. However, public support for conservation is exceptionally strong, facilitating protective measures. The first evolution into Wartortle typically occurs between 18 and 24 months, triggered by accumulated experience, consistent nutrition, and exposure to deep water environments. The transformation lasts 5 to 7 days. Wartortle measures approximately 1 meter, weighs 22.5 kilograms, and displays elaborate feather-like tail fins becoming primary propulsion, allowing speeds approaching 20 kilometers per hour. The ears elongate into wing-like structures detecting minute pressure changes, functioning as long-range sonar. The shell thickens substantially. Wartortle becomes notably more independent, establishing territories often exceeding 5 hectares in deep pools or coastal areas. The hydro organ expands dramatically, increasing storage to 3.8 liters and enabling sustained attacks lasting 15 to 20 seconds. Dietary shifts allow capture of larger prey, including adult Magikarp and small tentacool. The ultimate evolution into Blastoise occurs between 54 and 72 months, triggered by achieving critical mass and mastery of advanced water manipulation. The transformation lasts 7 to 10 days. Blastoise measures 1.6 meters in shell length, weighs 85 to 90 kilograms, making it one of the largest non-legendary water types. The most spectacular development is twin hydrocannons protruding from the shell, capable of expelling 7 liters in concentrated blasts, achieving velocities exceeding 50 meters per second, generating force to pierce steel plating. The shell becomes essentially impervious to attack. Blastoise exhibits remarkable temperament stability, becoming calm and protective, though retaliatory power is catastrophic when provoked. They establish permanent territories exceeding 15 hectares, living 55 to 75 years in the wild, with exceptional specimens surviving beyond 100 years. Despite adaptability, Squirtle populations face mounting anthropogenic pressures. Primary threat is habitat degradation through pollution. Agricultural runoff creates algal blooms, depleting oxygen and killing fish populations. Industrial pollution introduces heavy metals detected in concerning concentrations, linked to reproductive abnormalities. Plastic pollution is particularly insidious, with 32% of deceased urban Squirtle containing plastic debris, causing intestinal blockages and starvation. Habitat loss through wetland drainage, shoreline development, and dam construction fragments populations, with 18% of historic nesting beaches lost to construction over 30 years. Climate change affects sex determination in eggs, with temperatures above 29 degrees producing predominantly females, potentially creating severe imbalances. Altered precipitation affects wetland hydrology. The pet trade creates pressure in regions where captive breeding cannot meet demand, with 300 to 500 captured annually from wild populations. Bycatch in fishing operations accounts for hundreds of deaths annually. Current status classifies Squirtle globally as least concern. However, isolated populations in landlocked lakes are near threatened. Conservation efforts focus on habitat protection and restoration. The Cerulean Waterway Restoration Project improved water quality, resulting in 28% increase in recruitment over 8 years. Nesting beach protection employing predator exclusion improved survival from nest to water by 40%. Public education promoting responsible pet ownership and pollution prevention has generated measurable improvements. Captive breeding maintains genetic diversity and provides sustainable sources for the trainer market. Community-based conservation, engaging local stakeholders, creates more sustainable outcomes than regulatory approaches alone. Squirtle reminds us that true mastery comes not from choosing one path, but from walking confidently between two worlds, commanding both with equal grace. This remarkable creature, equally at home on sun-warmed rocks and in cold water depths, has survived epochs through adaptation, resilience, and wisdom to embrace flexibility over specialization. The gentle turtle playing in shallow pools carries within the power to command oceans, a reminder that strength need not be loud to be profound. As we share waterways with these ancient mariners, we must ensure rivers remain clean, coasts remain wild, and our respect for creatures inhabiting them remains unwavering. The story of Squirtle is ultimately about balance, power tempered by peace, adaptation meeting opportunity. Join us next time as we explore another extraordinary species, one that has conquered perhaps the most difficult frontier of all, the open sky itself. This has been Pokédex. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of our natural world.